Hi, beloveds, how are you? So, Socrates has a quote, and I'm paraphrasing, but he says, "Know thyself." And he says that to know yourself is the greatest form of wisdom. Okay? So, today we're going to talk a little bit about leadership. Any leadership program worth its salt, one of the very first things they will start out with are assessments. Self-assessments, personality assessments, leadership assessments. The point is that as a leader, as a good leader, it's important to know thyself, know who you are and why. So when you think about leadership, it's about that self-introspection because you are leading others. In order for you to lead others, you got to know yourself so that you know how to best lead, you know about your personality, and you know about how you may come off to others. That's more emotional intelligence. So know thyself. For example, in one leadership program I was in, I learned that I'm an introvert. Well, I kind of knew that already, but what I learned about being an introvert is it raised my awareness on how other people may perceive that. Now, let me just step back a minute. I'm on video recording, and so I'm saying I'm an introvert. I really am. I'm just not shy. I have no shy bone in my body, but I am an introvert. That means I get my energy from being alone. I need to recharge after being around a lot of people for a long period of time. So, and I enjoy a lot of activities that are just by myself. I like reading, writing, and things like that. Or watching a movie with just myself, or maybe one other person, or maybe my kids and I, and just a small group. But anyway, so I'm an introvert. I knew that. But this leadership assessment I took that talked about my introversion, it gave me some tips about how I can use this knowledge to be a better leader. And one thing that it shared with me is that let's say I've been in meetings all day. Let's say I'm in the federal government or some workplace in an office. I've been in meetings all day. I've been talking with people all day. You know what? It's lunchtime. I don't want to be around anyone. I want to recharge. And so let's say some colleagues come and they say, "Oh, hey, Ebony, you want to come get lunch?" And I'm like, "No, actually, I don't want to get lunch with you. Go have fun and enjoy your lunch on your own." And then that could actually cause some potential issues. They may come up with their own story. And we've talked about stories before. They may come up with their own story about why I don't want to have lunch with them. They could say, "Oh, she doesn't like us. She thinks she's better than us. Whatever it is." And it's not true, right? But now that, even though I know I'm an introvert, after taking this leadership assessment and understanding it, now I realize that let's say if I'm in that same situation, instead of saying, "Nope, I don't want to go to lunch with you, you guys go have fun," I would say, "You know what? I'm an introvert, you guys, and I've just been around everybody all day, and I just want a little time to recharge, just to kind of get myself, together, before the second half of the day. And but you know what? I really appreciate you guys asking me, because maybe next time I'll feel like I want to go, but I really just need to re-energize right now. And no, I would really love to come with you all, but I just need to recharge a little bit and just be with myself a little bit. I hope that's okay." Something like that. So what I would do is just kind of let them know that, hey, I'm an introvert. I just want to get my little introvert time on, and love you guys. Hope you guys have a good time. And please ask me again next time, because I actually really appreciate the invitation. That makes me feel, good that you guys want to have lunch with me too. But I just want to recharge. And so you know what? Instead of them filling their head with a story about why I don't want to have lunch with them, they know that, hey, that's Ebony. She's an introvert. We'll check with her next time we want to go to lunch. It's not because she doesn't like us or whatever. So that's just one example. There's lots of different kinds of leadership assessments. From, I mentioned already, emotional intelligence. There's strengths finders, which is the old name, but in short, it helps you to look at what your strengths are. Personality assessments, Myers-Briggs, the Golden Type Personality Indicator. There's so many, and you don't need to take them all. But as a leader, you want to look into some formal self-assessments or informal ones. And there's a lot of those you can find online. But think about who you are and what your style is and how that might impact others. Because when you're leading, you're not solo. You are leading other people. And that is not just a psychological thing. This is a sociological thing. And so being aware of that is very important. So know thyself. Know thyself. One other thing I will say is there is no best personality type to be a leader. You know, it's not the extrovert that's the best leader or the introvert or whatever. You can be a great leader as you are. As you are. The best kind of leader you can be is being your authentic self. Okay? And so I don't try to mimic how I lead with other people. There are people I look up to who I think, wow, they're great leaders. And when I think about the top 3 or 5 leaders that I think are great, they're all very different. They're all very different. Okay? All right, so keep that in mind, beloveds. And let me know what you think about the video in terms of any comments you have or any questions you have. I'd love to answer them in the chat. Thanks for hanging out with me in my beautiful backyard. It's so nice and pretty out here, so it's a good excuse to get out of the office. All right, take care. Bye-bye.